Hi, I'm Armstrong and I'm here with Aidan and Oscar, and we're talking about the Armstrong Pump Foil 1675 and 1880. We really worked hard on these to bring the stall speed as low as possible. We did some pretty cool science on that. They've got amazing efficiency for their size, and they are also stable, predictable and easy to turn, which means you can micro bump, small surf, just so much fun. So we found Chris Porter, an aerospace engineer out of Australia, the west coast of Aussie. Oscar, you found him. Like, what was your relationship? How did that happen?
Yeah, so Chris, I met through a friend. He sent me some of his tails, some photos of his tails actually, and I was just so curious. I'm a tweaker when it comes to foils. I love changing tails, shims, just tweaking everything. And Chris's tails were like nothing I'd ever seen, and he happened to be having a family holiday just around the corner, so we ended up catching up, and to see his tails in real life, they were like nothing I'd ever seen. Totally different sections, some really radical tips, and first session on it, it was a game changer. The stall speed was everything. So for me, lowering that stall speed just meant it was less effort to pump. If I made a mistake, it was just easy to pump back up to speed. I wasn't sacrificing so much energy. So for me, they were a game changer, and they were what I rode when I did the record pumping.
Right, when you did your initial mission, just to see, it was kind of a personal thing. You wanted to see how far you can go, and you put on the Crisp 333, was it at the time?
333 tail, yeah.
Right, so that was, Chris has been developing these tails for a long time. The Crisp 333, which just gave you much better bottom end and lower stall speed, so it was easier to maintain your pump and glide.
Exactly.
So we've taken Chris's development effectively from his awesome tails and then added a bunch more work and come up with these front foils. Aidan was there. Aidan was with us in the testing stage, and yeah, he's a talented young athlete, can do it, you know, no worries. So yeah, what were you feeling when you were testing this foil?
I just love the predictable feeling of it. You jumped off the dock and this foil just wanted to go. It was like, sweet, I've got time to stabilize, time to get my feet in the right position, and then I can start pumping. This foil you can almost bring to a complete stop and then start it again, which is unlike any other foil I've ridden.
Our foil range is all about a sensation of fun and a surfy feel, and we wanted these to still have the ability to turn, which is pretty big for me. This foil, I wanted it to still be able to turn so that we could go out in micro bumps and where no one's out, even the waves are too small, no one wants to ride, a bit like out here today, right? You can circle around, be getting a workout for half an hour, 45 minutes, or learning to downwind. So, Oscar, downwind foiling, we're here on Maui, it's so fun, but it's not easy to learn, is it?
100%. If you're not getting up on foil, you're just paddling. And paddling downwind there's not much fun to it. Downwinding probably, it brings all of the hardest parts of foiling into one discipline. You need to be able to pump, you need to be able to effectively prone ride without a wing or any other power source, and you need to have good cardio fitness and skills. You need SUP skills as well. And so learning to SUP for everyone is just renowned as the most difficult, painstaking process. But foils like this, and as well as the downwind board, these longer, narrower boards, foils like this with these really low stall speeds just make it so much more accessible to guys learning to downwind. For me, I'm only light, so I'm 70 kilos. The 1675 for me is massive. So I'm probably not looking to ride it in big ocean swells, but for enclosed waters like bays, harbors, lakes, these are perfect for downwinding. Those really small micro bumps, instead of before just pumping through them, now you can actually ride them and stay with them. And that's where that low stall speed and that lower operating speed just suits downwinding.
Paddling this foil up is a dream. It just has got so much front foot push, a couple of strokes, and you're actually pushing down on the front of it to keep it in the water. So that means you can push it back a little bit in the board on the foil mast, and yeah, it just makes it easy to get those first takeoffs. Those first takeoffs and glides downwinding are hard, so this foil in smaller conditions is really fun for that. I've been enjoying it. Even here on Maui, I've been doing some runs on this thing and having fun because it's just so easy. With the lower stall speed, the foil sections that Chris developed for us were massive, but the outline shape too. So the outline of these foils, we pushed the sweep way further forward. In terms of their stall speed, they feel bigger than they are, which means that we didn't have to make the aspect ratio too crazy so you can still turn it nicely when you are doing those micro bump lake downwinders. So with the 1675 and 1880, we wanted to keep the range really simple for the Armstrong pump foils. And if you're a smaller person, the 1675, or beginning, learning to dock start, it's easier to handle, right? You got to pick this thing up on the dock, you got to jump off the dock holding it. That's pretty difficult. Like, I usually get tripped up on that stage, but the 1675, a little easier to handle on the dock, easier to jump on, it's not so spanny. 8.7 aspect ratio. The 1880, it's got a higher aspect ratio, 9.2, so it's got more pump and glide. You're going to have longer runs on this for the guys that are already dock starting and want to really push far, or if you're bigger. So wrapping up, the Armstrong Pump Foil 1675 and 1880. Thank you, Chris Porter. Amazing work on the design front. These things just, yeah, Chris's little signature tip flick, the outlines, the way the foil section development came together. So fun to ride. The stall speed's mind-blowing. Go out there, explore the world, have an adventure, see where these foils can take you.